What is up, everyone? I'm Ryan from Fireside Yankees here to join you guys to talk about an absolute beatdown that the New York Yankees handed to the Milwaukee Brewers. We're here at Fireside Yankees, part of EmpireSportsMedia.com. We appreciate you guys being here, showing up and showing out to support the stream. There's a lot for us to talk about, from Max Fried's debut, looking ahead to Game 3, the Yankees' amazing first inning, Austin Wells hitting a home run against the lefty, my prediction that Volpe was going to hit a home run off Cortez, which ended up coming true, and, of course, this ball game. So with that all out of the way, and with all of you guys kind of filing in here, we really appreciate you guys showing up and showing out. I know this was kind of a last second live stream decision. I did just run back from my school campus, so a little bit all over sorts today, or out of sorts today, but we've got an action-packed show for you guys. If you enjoy these videos, you guys can check out Fireside Yankees on all of your favorite social media platforms, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and this YouTube page. We also have an audio version of our podcast that's on Spotify and on Apple Podcast. With that all out of the way, I want to get into this. This was one of those games that, honestly, I can't even believe the Yankees played this game. I can't believe that this game went the way it did. I was periodically checking my phone before, eventually getting back to, turning around and watching the game when I had the time to do so. Not just catching into what I was able to tune into, but, going back and rewatching some of the pitches thrown by Max Fried, the defensive performance, because I did see that the defense was very bad today. So, yeah. With that being said, oh my gosh, what a way to start the game. I mean, you have 3 pitches, 3 home runs. Haven't seen something like that ever, I think, for the Yankees. I'm pretty sure that's a first. Paul Goldschmidt was the controversial leadoff hitter of the game, and he leads off first pitch of the home run. And I had said this on Twitter when I saw the lineup. I thought people were being kind of, for lack of better terms, I thought people were being outrageous about Aaron Boone's choice to lead off Paul Goldschmidt. And I thought that, for lack of better terms, Paul Goldschmidt was someone that the fans should have been happy to see hitting first, because it's an indication that Aaron Boone is going to hit his best hitters near or at the top of the lineup without caring about traditional roles or stuff of that nature. And it was a decision that worked out really, really well. Paul Goldschmidt had a really good game, and that's because it's a really good matchup for Goldschmidt. Nestor Cortez, he is not a bad pitcher. I don't think he's a bad pitcher. But his profile is one that Paul Goldschmidt can take advantage of. And, I think that when you look at Paul Goldschmidt and his career, even in years where he's looked his age, he has still hit left-handed pitching, and he specifically hit fastballs from low velo left-handed pitchers. And I thought Nestor Cortez was a phenomenal matchup if you were a Yankee fan, looking at Paul Goldschmidt's profile. And so leading him off made all the sense in the world to me. The numbers indicated that he should have. I think ultimately Paul Goldschmidt got to shut people up, and I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy that he got to shut people up. Immediately responds with the home run. Cody Bellinger follows it up with the home run. Aaron Judge then follows up with a home run. And we got to talk about the Aaron Judge 3 home run game. We will get there. Good Lord. What a performance for the New York Yankee offense to start the game. And Austin Wells adds another home run. And I just want to check the location of that home run. I'm going to go to StatCast. And I'm also going to tweet out the link for this live stream, so just be mindful of that. We've got the chat going. Let's go Yankees, baby. Let's go Yankees going in this chat. If you're here, whether you're on Twitter or YouTube, I would love a Let's Go Yankees chant. That'd be great. We got Let's Go Yankees here from Mr. Shaman 76. I'd like to be all small sample size, just 2 games. Look, it is still all small. It is still 2 games. Don't get me wrong. It is still 2 games. And you don't want to, the reason I talk about, hey, you don't want to overreact to 2 games is because when things get rough, when, the season, when we have tough spells, I'm going to be that guy telling you, hey, it's just 2-3 games. They can still do. Look at the larger sample size. Look what they've done over the full course of the season. We got Let's Go Yankees going on here. I'm just going to tweet out this link real quick. I really apologize. Tweeting that out. But yeah, I mean, look, it's not because, you should be excited. You should be so excited anytime the Yankees win, especially when they put up 20 freaking runs. That is something to be like, oh, they just put up 20 runs? They put up 20 runs? You mean to tell me they put up 20? That is something to definitely care about. But I just, it's more so a matter of preaching the importance of, baseball is not a game-to-game sport, whereas football is a game-to-game sport. Basketball, you could argue it. I'm not a basketball expert. I like basketball. I'm passionate about the Knicks, but I wouldn't consider myself an expert. But yeah, it's definitely a situation where, you just want to keep a level head, because when times get rough, that level head is what's going to keep you from falling off the edge, right? That's my thought process. So yeah. Anywho, we got some Let's Go Yankees here. Let's go, baby. Let's go Yankees. People need to stop questioning Boone. He delivered us a pennant with a lot of baggage. No Cole, no Heel, Schmidt, Stanton. Yeah, I think you should. Like, I have no idea why the conversation was criticize Aaron Boone. I have no idea why. No idea why. Because how do I put this? I don't really understand why we feel the need to criticize the manager for the lack of right-handed hitting depth, which did not end up being an issue today, thankfully. But Aaron Boone put together the best lineup he could with the pieces he was given. Paul Goldschmidt is the one guy that you can lead off against lefties outside of Aaron Judge. He's the only guy who hits lefties. Only freaking guy. And people were like, why are they leading him off? Oh, Aaron Boone, stupid Aaron Boone. And it's like, dude, they've got no one else with the offensive pedigree in recent and career years that Paul Goldschmidt does against lefties. They don't got the OBP. They don't got the batting average. They don't got the slug. They don't got the walk rate or the low strikeout rate. It really bothers me. Because it's people who don't look at data. And I hate when people who don't know the facts are the loudest. I really don't. I really don't get it. I really, really, really don't get it. I really don't. I really, really don't. Anywho, I wanted to mention, hey, what pitch did Austin Wells go yard on? And we're going to share the Ryan Garcia screen. Is anyone here familiar with what I've said about Austin Wells and hitting and home runs upstairs? Does anyone in this chat know what I've said about throwing fastballs to Austin Wells upstairs? Does anyone in this chat remember? If you do, please let me know in the comments before I say it. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to get some of this water. See if I have any more water. I do. I have multiple cups of water. Always keep emergency water on you folks at your desk. Always refill the water right before you stream too. Does anyone remember what I've talked about with Austin Wells and the top of the lineup? Do it and you pay for it. Just give him the high fastball and he'll go yard. Folks, Nestor Cortez threw him a high fastball. And what did he do? Goodbye. If you're going to throw Austin Wells the high fastball, and I apologize, I'm raising my voice. I'm going to dial down the game a little bit for the sake of your ears. If you're going to throw Austin Wells a high fastball, he's going to hit it out of the yard. Every single damn time. Stop throwing the high fastball to this guy. Keep throwing the high fastball to this guy. Please, 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 please keep throwing it. Keep looking at that old scouting report, at that outdated scouting report that tells you he doesn't have the hands to get there. And look at it and go, you got to take it, crumble it up, and throw it the hell out if you're an opposing manager. Pat Murphy, I'm giving you advice, man. I'm giving you advice, man. 74.2 miles an hour. Get that weak stuff out of here. He threw 90. He thought 91.2. 91.2. He thought that was going to get by him. I better challenge him with the high fastball. You thought wrong. I said it every time. Every damn time. You give him that high fastball in zone. Goodbye. Change the scoreboard. Change the damn scoreboard. Go tell the board operator. Change that damn scoreboard. Get your board operator ready to change the number. Tired of it, man. Tired of the disrespect against this guy. Tired of pitchers pretending this guy can't handle the high fastball. He showed you in spring. He showed you the quick hands in spring. I've been telling you about the quick hands in spring. I've been telling you, hey, this guy's swinging the bat harder. This guy's hitting the ball harder. What did I say all throughout spring? Swinging the bat harder. Hitting the ball harder. And you got pitchers still thinking, it's not even 98, 99. It's 91. Peralta tried it with 94. Why are we trying it with 91 and 94? I said, nuh-uh. Every time you throw it, it's a home run. And every damn time, home run, baby. Home run, baby. But Austin Wells isn't the star of the show. As much as Austin Wells is one of my favorite players, and I've talked about Austin Wells extensively, and I've been the Austin Wells guy on this podcast for years. I gotta talk about this. Oh, man. Oh. That is a bad man. That is a bad man. That was a bad man today. That was a disgusting man today. Oh my goodness. He was a bad man today. The crowd groaned when he hit a double and not a home run. That's how good he was today. The crowd was disappointed. Oh, he hit a double. Oh, it wasn't a home run. Oh. And look, defense was bad. We'll get to it. I'm not really concerned. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not going to lie, guys. Not really concerned. We'll talk about it, though. Aaron Judge. Good God. Just crushed. Day in, day out. I was just blown away. With the way that he performed today. I mean, that's not a performance you just repeat. That's a one-of-a-kind performance. So it's incredible, man. It's incredible. Aaron Judge hit, let's pull this up here. Aaron Judge, let's look at these batted balls today. This is crazy. Okay. 5 barrels. 5 barrels. 3 home runs. A double. And was there a single in there? No. It's just a double. Sorry. 8 RBIs. Yeah, he's not playing fair, guys. He's not playing fair. He's not. Cody Bellinger, 4 RBIs. And I said Cody Bellinger starting the All-Star game was one of my hot takes. And I mentioned the RBI statistic, not because I really believe in RBIs as a statistic. I don't really care for it, but because it is a number that people do care about. And when it comes to voting, those nice, clean, big counting stats, they matter to people. But as I said, I mean, Aaron Judge was just ridiculous today. You can't repeat that kind of performance. We just can't. And honestly, I think the thing that I can't even, like, the thing I'm trying to wrap my head around most is, like, how do you even follow? What do you do tomorrow? What's tomorrow looking like? I don't even know how to preview tomorrow's game. We're gonna get there, but I don't know how to do it. Yeah, this is so dumb. Hold on. Let's talk about Max Fried. I guess we're gonna talk about Max Fried. Guys, Max Fried had 4 unearned runs. Max Fried pitches into the 6th inning with better defense. And this is where I said, hey, 2 games, can we grow up a little bit? Hey, can we grow up a little bit? 2 games? That's why that's where, again, you talk about, all right, 2 games. And yeah, you have to talk about 2 games and talk about 2-game sample size and dial back and say, all right, guys, slow the roll on any takes claiming this team's going to win the World Series just because of these 2 games. But, guys, the average exit velocity against Max Fried was 81.4 miles an hour. Look at these. Look at some of these hits, and look at how some of these runs scored, guys. Launch angles, guys. 9 through 19. That's all ground balls, dude. These are all ground balls. This is the dumbest argument ever. Look at their infield defense. Goldschmidt, Volpe, Jazz. That's 3+ defenders. Cabrera plays 3rd usually. He's a plus defender. If Peraza, who hit a home run today, and I want to be so wrong about Oswald Peraza. I want him to be a superstar. I want him to be a stud. I want to be wrong. I want to be so damn wrong about him. They have a good infield defense. This is a dumb argument, Nick. This is like saying if the Yankees can't field ground balls because of today, the Yankees can't hit field ground balls because of today, well then, Yankee bullpen's phenomenal because they've allowed 1 run and it's been, I guess Carlos Carrasco. I mean, he's a starter. I don't really consider him even a reliever. The Yankee starters have allowed 3 earned runs in, do the math, 10 innings of work. ERA under 3. I think this is stupid though. This is dumb. Nick, we're doing dumb things, Nick. Nick, let's look at this. Let's look at this together. You and I are going to look at this together, Nick. Custom players. Josh Chisholm. Okay. Volpe. Okay. Goldie. Okay. Cabrera. This is their starting infield in most situations. Okay. Update. Your custom. DRS is here. Look off. 18 fielding run value. 23 outs above average. I don't believe this number. I don't. 5. This is not a. There's no way to. What's the math on this? Hold on. Oh, yeah, no, the math is wrong on this in terms of the DRS. Ignore the DRS. So the positions they played poorly: 2nd base, 3rd base, shortstop, center field. What about the infield? Cabrera 7 DRS, 1 outs above average, 6 DRS, 14. Jazz in Miami at 2nd has always been, a very good defensive player, and then Goldschmidt, kind of a net neutral. Let's look at their stat. Let's not even care about the infield only. These are their Yankee. Sorry. Should just have instead. These are the Yankees' 4 starting infielders: Cabrera, Volpe, Goldschmidt, Jazz. This is regardless of position. This is including Jazz's numbers in center field, where he is a bad defensive player. 23 outs above average. Again, ignore this. This is a calculation error. It's not 512 defensive runs saved. 17 outs above average. 23 outs above average, 18 fielding run value. This is a dumb argument, Nick. The Yankees have a very good infield defense. They had blips from Pablo Reyes today. Pablo Reyes couldn't field his position today. Easy fix. Easy fix if Peraza's hitting the way he did today. Easy fix. Easy. Very easy fix. This is what is the wrong? Where's the wrong? Where's the wrong? Where's the wrong? I need you to give me a piece of data to suggest that the infield combination, the New York Yankees, your New York Yankees run out there, is a below average group. Until given statistical data, Nick, unfortunately, I'm going to have to just ignore your points on defense. I need statistical defense, statistical metrics, statistical like evidence. And yeah, I want an Eggy Rosario. Maybe he's going to replace Reyes. I don't know. It was a rough day for Reyes. Look, that's a bad day. That's a bad day. When you talk about trying to win a job, hey, I was on Peraza. I was riding him hard in spring training. Hey, Pablo Reyes ain't going to get easy treatment. If Pablo Reyes is getting outplayed by Oswald Peraza, which through 2 games he has, hey, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be fair. I just because I have a low evaluation on Oswald Peraza does not mean that I'm not going to be open to the idea of him turning it around and figuring it out. So there's that. And again, Nick, you just keep saying they're not good. Just not addressing those points anymore, unfortunately. What do we got going on, though? We were going to talk about more. Let's talk about Max Fried a little bit. I guess we did kind of talk about Max Fried. Look, I am so not worried about this start. This start, to me, just kind of screams, Walk maybe a few more guys you want. Walk 2. I'd want that walk number to be down. But for the most part, they kept the ball on the ground in soft contact, right? Look at the ground balls. I mean, yeah, it's 7 batted balls of negative launch angles, some doubles on some ground balls, a couple singles on some ground balls. Granted, this is a hard hit ball. It should be a hit every time. These should be hits every time. I'm not going to sit here and pretend these shouldn't be hits every time. But this was listed as a fielding error. It should be caught. Plays have to be made, guys. Multiple errors behind him. That's where you get the 4 unearned runs. And for a ground ball guy, double plays don't get counted, factored into errors or unearned runs. At the end of the day, the Yankees have to turn some double plays. But hey, this is the Yankees had an anomaly game. Hit 9 home runs. Not going to hit 9 home runs every day. And they're not going to make 5 errors every day, right? So those things are going to balance themselves out, right? Right? So they're going to balance themselves out. Give it time. Things balance themselves out. I did want to talk about Yoendrys Gomez and Brent Hedrick. And both these guys are guys who I think are going to be critical pieces to this bullpen because Hedrick's velo is up. Love to see that. That did scare me during spring. His velo would randomly just be like, oh, I'm sitting 90 today. And I'm like, if you ever sit 90, it's going to be a problem, right? But Hedrick showing a little gas today. Fastball's popping today. Splitter. Look at he threw 1 splitter, but it was it's spec on this is beautiful. I hope the Yankees can continue to work on this pitch. Because if they can work on this pitch, that's a beauty. Carrasco got roughed up. Don't really think the world of Carlos Carrasco, the starting pitcher. Not necessarily the most inspirational performance. Just Gomez velo. Looking where it was in spring training. That's encouraging. Stuff looked good. He looked good. That's encouraging. Out of minor league option, someone who's trying to jockey for bullpen spots. So overall, I feel like the pitching staff, you go, got knocked down around a little bit. 5 earned runs today. All right. Threw the B squad after Fried, and you still just had a decent pitching day. Had a decent pitching day. A decent one. Too many hits. That's a problem. Only 2 walks. Defense will be better. Defense will be better. JC Escarra got his first major league at-bats. That's cool for him. Congratulations. I didn't get a hit, but great story. Happy he got his at-bats. Obviously, Oswald Peraza hits a home run today. That's big for him because he's battling for a third base job, and that's an important job to try and win. Jason Dominguez had some really good at-bats today from the right-handed side. That's really important because, the Yankees, we talked about this a lot on the podcast, and I voiced a lot of concerns about the Yankees' ability to hit left-handed pitching. They hit 8 home runs against lefties today and scored 16 runs against lefties today in 4 innings played. That'll definitely juice up the numbers against lefties and inspire some confidence. Some of these lefties on this roster are capable of doing damage. The one guy I want to mention that is having a really, really good start to his season is Mr. Anthony Volpe. Now, Anthony Volpe is swinging the bat harder. And Anthony Volpe is doing a better job of pulling the ball. Anthony Volpe is doing a better job of recognizing the strike zone and when to swing and when not to swing. Anthony Volpe had a really good start to his 2024 season. But can Anthony Volpe keep it up? Right? Can Anthony Volpe keep it up? That's going to be the question. That's a question he's going to have to answer. That's a question he's going to have to answer. It just is. It just is. Austin Wells off to another phenomenal start. Or not another, off to a phenomenal start. He was not off to a phenomenal start last year. Him hitting a home run against the lefty is so encouraging. Jazz hitting a home run, Cody Bellinger hitting a home run. I felt there were inklings of Cody Bellinger being a productive hitter against left-handed pitching because he had been an above-average hitter against left-handed pitching in each of the last 2 seasons. Jazz improved with the Yankees, but I needed to see that sustained. And we cannot sit here and pretend that Jazz Chisholm, because of what are we at with Jazz? Hold on. Sorry. Just checking total games played with the Yankees. He's got 1, 2 partial seasons, 46. He's got 48 games played with the Yankees. Don't want to go off a 48 game sample size, but with the Yankees, he's hit lefties better. So can he do that better as the seasons go on? Right? That's kind of where I'm at. And we have a super chat here from Teodoro. 1, thanks for all the content that got us through the offseason. First and foremost, the goddamn soul! Thank you so much for the super chat, and I appreciate you for showing support. And, we try to do whatever we can to provide content and inform and educate our viewers. Look, I am a big believer in, hey, here's we try to provide a product and provide a channel that's capable of, doing a really good job of providing objective information and not falling too hard for overreactions, which is why I kind of really emphasize the whole 2-game sample size. The Yankees have played 2 Major League Baseball games this season. You can play 2 really good ones and 2 really bad ones, right? You can play 2 really good ones, you can play 2 really bad ones, and then, you don't know how you feel about the good ones. And that's where this channel, I really feel like it's where we try to do our best. With that being said, though, I was really excited. I'm really excited and really happy to be back in the regular season. And honestly, it's just good to be back. It's good. It's so good to be back. It's so good to be back. Got 160. Yeah, it's a long season. A long season, Thomas. But let's look ahead. One day ahead into tomorrow. Because the New York Yankees play a baseball game tomorrow. A game I may be attending tomorrow. We'll see. TBD on that one. But you have Aaron Savali versus Marcus Stroman. Aaron Savali is a right-handed pitcher. Marcus Stroman is also a right-handed pitcher. I assume we see lineup similar to what we saw on opening day. Actually, I think the Brewers may change things up for the offense because this is our first righty of the series, or the first one we're throwing out there. I expect the lineup similar to opening day for the Yankees against Savali. Now, can Marcus Stroman provide a solid start? It's a good first test for him because the Brewers kind of roughed him up last year in his start against them. The Brewers are a speedy team. They put the ball in play, and it's a good test for the defense who had a bad day today. I'm never going to tell you something I'm not going to tell you something didn't happen. That did. The Yankees are bad defensively today. Bad. But tomorrow's another day. Yankees were bad with runner score position on opening day. Bad. 1 hit. They were awful. Today, you put runners on, they put balls in seats. 2 outs, Anthony Volpe. Big home run to respond there when you give up 3 runs on some crappy defense and some not great pitching from Fried. A little bit of both. That was probably the one inning where I go, yeah, there's an error involved there, but Max Fried has to pitch better. He's an ace. You got to pitch like it sometimes. And that was the moment where you should have pitched like an ace. And those are, again, Max Fried wasn't perfect today. Not going to sit here and go, oh, he was phenomenal. Well, he was not phenomenal. He was better than the unearned runs show. The unearned runs tell the story of the Max Fried start. But this offense is going to hit they're not going to hit 9 home runs tomorrow. They're not going to, with run score position, have like a billion OPS. But the Yankees also probably not going to make 5 errors. So with defense, it's a good test to make sure, Stroman last year had the worst defensive support behind him, according to outs above average. This is a good test to see, hey, if Marcus Stroman is making his pitches, can you convert double plays? Can you convert outs? They can. They're capable. This infield defense is good. They just didn't do it today. Happens, right? Happens. You're going to tell me a defense of Cabrera, Volpe, Jazz, Goldschmidt can't get, isn't going to be good defensively? I got a lot to tell you if you think that's the case. Got a lot to tell you think Gold Glover, Anthony Volpe, top 5 defensive shortstop, Anthony Volpe, right? Josh Chisholm, brilliant defensive resume at second base. I mean, made a phenomenal play yesterday too. Looked really good at second base. Or Paul Goldschmidt, he's had, a rough play on the opening day. That was really bad. He should have taken the ball, but yeah, Volpe had a rough play today. And am I going to sit here and tell you Volpe's a bad defender? Also, Goldschmidt, if he's league average defensively at first, I'll take it. Cabrera didn't even play third today. Cabrera's a phenomenal defensive third baseman. For all of his warts offensively, he is remarkably good out there at third base. What was the point I'm getting at here? It's a prove-it game for Stroman. It's a prove-it game for the defense. And it's a game where the Yankees have a little bit of cushion because you don't have the off day tomorrow. You roll right into that D-back series, if I'm not mistaken, on the 31st. Oh no, the Yankees have a day off. That's actually really good for them. Okay. Well, good vibes would be a sweep, right? Great vibes would be a sweep. But the Yankees won their first series of the season, right? That's so important. Win every series you play. You take 2 out of 3 every time, you're going to be in a good spot to win a division. But if you can sweep, right? That'd be pretty cool too. Every team in the AL East, with the exception of the Rays, who are currently playing the Rockies, and if I'm not mistaken, the Rockies have a 2-0 lead, 2-1 lead. Okay, well, maybe the Rays win this game. Still very early. It's the top. Oh, they won? Okay. So every team in the AL East has now lost a game and at least won a game. So for the New York Yankees, you currently are the only undefeated team in the AL East. Very early. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Just want to clarify how little it matters. It'd be cool to win 3 straight, because then all the other teams in the AL East got to win this to stay within 1 game. If you win 3 straight, and let's say, tomorrow is Sunday. Let's see who plays. Baltimore plays. They finished a 4-game set. Maybe Toronto, they've gone back and forth. Toronto just dropped 1 today. Boston plays Texas again, so it's a 4-game set. They face Jacob deGrom, right? And then the Rays, Feltner, Bradley, I'm going to be honest, Rays are going to win that one. Taj Bradley's a lot better than Ryan Feltner. Going to be honest with you guys. And you have Bassett versus Sagano. That's pretty evenly matched. Fitz versus deGrom. There's an advantage for the Texas, but I really think the Red Sox are a good team. So, it's the Yankee show. I'm not going to get into why I think the Red Sox are super duper duper good, but I think they're a super duper duper good team. Anyways, Aaron Judge against Aaron Savali is a matchup I'm going to be interested to watch. Austin Wells leading off. Is he going to be able to do something? We'll see. Bullpen's going to be important too, because the Yankees didn't use their top guys, and they can go back to them today. Now, the Brewers also smartly didn't use their top guys. They can go to them tomorrow as well. So, I'm expecting this to be a lower scoring game for the Yankees. Like, I just feel like the hangover of hitting 9 home runs, like, you got to balance it out somewhere. And I'm wrong so much that I kind of almost am feeling the urge to say it, because I was like, I don't know how we're going to hit lefties. I don't know how we're going to hit lefties. Lefties. Oh my God. And then the Yankees hit 8 home runs against lefties. So, all right, And yeah, it's not standing season. Don't care to, standings aren't important. I'm just saying it would be nice. It would be nice to finished the weekend as the only team in the AL East who hasn't lost a game yet, right? Good starts are important. Getting off to a good start is something that good Yankee teams and Yankee teams who have made deep playoff runs have done. To the 2018 Yankees got off to a weird start, but overall by the end of April, they were humming. And I measure end of April as good start, not 2 games. So, but part of getting a good month of April is winning games in April. And so, just follow my logic here. 2020 Yankees got off to a pretty good start, but that was a weird COVID year. They kind of slumped the rest of the way. And I don't really know if you can, should we judge that 2020 team? Because they played 60 games. If they played 60 games, right? If they played 162, would that have looked better, worse? Yeah. 2019, they got off to a pretty solid start in April. I remember they didn't have the division lead necessarily, I think, in April. I think the Rays were still kind of ahead of them. 18 got off to a pretty good start in April. 17 got off to a good start in April. 22 got off to a really good start in April. 24 got off to a really good start. The teams that have really been your red flag teams are the 21 and 23 teams. Those have been my red flag teams. Ooh, those teams, right? One of them missed the playoffs entirely. The other just was not set up to win a playoff series. They were not the best team. They were not better than the Blue Jays that year in a lot of statistical categories and by a lot of measures. They squeaked in and they got promptly had their ass handed to them. Garrett Cole was doing that hamstring thing by the end of the year. They were just not in a position to win the World Series. They got off to good starts because good starts create cushions, and cushions allow you to say, all right, had a good April with the roster that is incomplete and is missing Luis Heel and didn't have Clark Schmidt for part of it. Having a good start in this portion of the year, we have 10 pitchers on the IL. 10. They have 10 pitchers on the IL. The Yankees get off to a good start in April. You feel all right, with reinforcements, we can be even better. We can be even better. And that with certain guys who are riding high a little bit, cool down, you could reinforce them or have your reinforcements and actually good pitchers step in and do a job, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. The Yankees, I just I just think it's so important to talk about the Yankees and the importance of having a good start to your season, because it just makes the Yankees, it just puts the Yankees in a different hemisphere. It puts them in a situation where they're able to, not make stupid, mistakes, you want to have some sort of cushion, because when you make stupid mistakes, when you have bad stretches, stuff happens. And yeah, we haven't been a losing season since 1992. I'm not arguing, bad years and bad years. I meant years where the Yankees weren't phenomenal, right? Ridiculous, remarkable, those kinds of things. With that being said, any final questions? We're going to go for 10 more minutes. I'm going to keep this short just so I can have some dinner. It's been a long day for me. I don't think you guys should care to hear excuses or anything like that, but it's also a Saturday. Try to roll into the Saturday, get some rest, have a nice relaxing night. And they've experienced life without those guys, but they experienced life without those guys with the intent that they would get these guys back. They've experienced life without Garrett Cole, and this year they're going to have to experience life without Garrett Cole without him coming back. I'd consider myself pretty positive. I was the one this morning banging the table. Aaron Boone threw out a pretty smart lineup. Paul Goldschmidt leadoff makes sense. This offense, this offense, that. There's a difference between the Yankees are winning the World Series because today, and hey, this team sucks, or this is a fluke. I just spent a good portion of this show arguing about how good the Yankees are defensively after they made 5 freaking errors. 5 errors. 5 errors. Their starting pitcher had 4 unearned runs. What am I doing? Yeah, they're a good defense. They'll be good. They'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. Give it time. Because, again, that's where the conversation of 2 games comes to a conversation. It's why you don't go, they win the World Series after 2 games. It's why you don't go, the Yankees, best offense I've ever seen after 2 games. Because then you sit back and you go, well, then I guess I got to call the Yankees the worst defense ever. Well, then I guess Max Fried's a bum. Well, then I guess Devin Williams is a bum. it creates when you open the door to, or you give credence to small sample sizes being enough to conclude on teams and individual players. And, when you do that, you open the door to, well, then when negatives happen, you got to talk about them like they're the end of the world, not their conclusions. And that's not how you handle a baseball season. It's a full 162. These are good signs that the Yankees are number one. I want to talk about the bat thing too. We're going to talk about that in a bit. But it's number one, the Yankees played good baseball for 2 games. Number 2, their young players are hitting well. And number 3, Aaron Judge just hit 3 freaking home runs. Those are good things. I shined more. I was defending the team. I just want to clarify. I was talking about the 5 errors to say, hold on. Guys, it's Anthony Volpe. It's Jazz Chisholm. It's Paul Goldschmidt. It's Oswaldo Cabrera. That's their starting infield defensively. That's a good infield defensively. Really good infield defensively. And then in spite of 5 errors, guys, feel good about the infield defense. Look at what they did look at what those 4 guys did last year defensively. And look at how good those 5 guys are on the dirt. Some of us want to feel good. Yet I'm giving you reasons to feel good. That the 5 errors might be more of an anomaly than the 9 home runs. That's a reason to feel good. When you hit 9 home runs, you make 5 errors, and the thing that might be the bigger anomaly ain't the home runs. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. And I'm shining on the errors that was brought up. I mentioned the errors just to be like, hey, hands up, that's bad defense. But this is why you should feel comfortable with the infield defense. If you would like me to ignore the 5 errors entirely, and when people ask about the 5 errors, go, no, not talking about it. Yankees won, not talking about it. Right? That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Hey, I think the Yankees absolutely can win the American League East. I picked the Red Sox start of the year. And, it's a lot of injuries for the Yankees. That's obviously the conversation that's going to follow the Yankees throughout the entire season. But, man, the Yankees, they can hit home runs. And that was never the concern with this offense. And if they can hit home runs against lefties, they're going to be in a really good spot. I find the bat fitting thing to be so interesting. The bat fitting thing, the way that they manipulate barrels, it is, number one, completely legal. You have to submit all of these bats. Major League Baseball would pick up one of these bats and suspend dudes like crazy. If they saw these bats and went, this isn't legal. You can't do that. All the other 29 teams in baseball can do it. In fact, I'm pretty sure, I'd be shocked if the Dodgers don't do this. I'd be shocked if the Red Sox don't do this. I'd be shocked if the Rays don't do it. Data is everywhere. I'm sure this is only a story because the Yankees hit 9 home runs today. Don't think anyone really would have really paid attention. In fact, Gary Phillips did a story with Cody Bellinger where they talked about changing distribution and weight of his bat this offseason. And it was based on a video that Fuzzy did talking about Cody Bellinger and the quote-unquote square bat, where the barrel was thicker, the wood of the bat was thicker around the parts of the bat in which Cody Bellinger typically does his most damage, in an attempt to help him collect more barrels, an attempt that has worked almost immediately and it was resulted in a ton of offense early, et cetera, et cetera. It's very interesting. It's very interesting stuff, and it's, more importantly, currently not illegal. They fit all of the MLB bat regulations and rules. And if the Yankees, and if Wells and Volpe hit home runs, oh yeah, if they hit home runs, oh yeah, they're going to be scary. Hey, Ryan, sorry I'm late. You called it again. Don't worry about being late. Don't worry. Hey, it's not a deadline. My stream's going to be up. If you can't watch it live, that's cool. If you're watching this as a replay, that's cool. It's all good. You're watching, and I appreciate that. The Volpe home run off Nestor. Yeah, I called it. I did call that. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I remember someone calling the Wells home run against Peralta, and I know they commented under one of my tweets, and that was so cool because it was the first freaking pitch he saw in the zone. I had a very strong feeling Wells was doing it today. Very strong feeling Volpe, not Wells. Volpe was doing it today. So, yeah. There's that. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, hit those likes. Hit those likes. Please make sure we do that one. Subscribe as well. Really appreciate you guys showing up and showing out. If you can't tell, Volpe's my favorite player. I love Anthony Volpe. I love Anthony Volpe. He's the most underrated Yankee on the team. So many people dog on him. And yeah, I did feel bad for Nestor because I found out after the game, apparently he left the ballpark before media could even be there. Like, I don't hate Anthony Volpe. I don't hate Anthony Volpe, Nestor Cortez. I don't. It's really cool. It's really cool when a guy gets to come back and visit Yankee Stadium after being a Yankee for a while. And he was awesome for the Yankees. He had 3.33 ERA in his career with the Yankees as a starting pitcher after he came back in 2021. He was one of the best pickups possible, given the price tag. It is just a shame that he had a bad day today. And honestly, look, I want the Yankees to win. So, I'm not like I want Nestor to not like Nestor Cortez. I'm glad the Yankees hit 9 home runs off of today. I'm not, there's that. I do feel bad. It's weird. It's a weird conundrum where, your favorite team hits 9 home runs, but you're like, damn, Nestor, I hope he's good, man. I hope he's okay. Anywho, trying to pick up on things to add on here. We talked about the bat fitting, talked about Volpe, talked about Wells. Any final questions? Volpe thinks he's a slugger. I hope he thinks he's a slugger because he was a slugger in the minor leagues. And if he keeps hitting home runs, right? Volpe could be 30-30 this year. I'm going to be honest with you, man. If he goes 30-30, I'll cry. Because that'd be such a redemption. That'd be such vindication for Yankee Player Dev. Yankee Player Dev 2, World 0. Anywho, we're going to wrap the show up here. Really appreciate you guys showing up and showing out. And yeah, guys are swinging way harder this year, Nick. Way harder. Way harder. Exit velo's up, baby. Almost dropped my phone. Want to pull up StatCast on here, and then I realized it right here. Share this tab. Exit velos are up. We love exit velos. Love exit velo. Love exit velo. I think they'll do both at the trade deadline. Yeah, I think that they'll try to do both. But, the trade deadline's so far away. Oh, man. There's that. Anywho. I think they are. We'll see. Long season. What we need, what we want, what we're going to get. Figure that out closer to June. Start doing some more trade deadline stuff around like early June. And some draft stuff. We're going to have some draft stuff we're going to do. Anywho, Yankees are 2-0. Now you can sit back and enjoy everyone else play baseball and every other fan base pull their hair out after we just watch our team drop 21 runs. Enjoy these days because scoring 20 runs does not happen every day. So please enjoy these kinds of days. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Fireside Yankees live stream of the post-game show. I'm Ryan Garcia, your host. This is Fireside Yankees, part of the Fireside Podcast Network and part of EmpireSportsMedia.com. EmpireSportsMedia.com is where you can get all of your favorite coverage on all of your favorite New York sports teams written right there on the website. And the Fireside podcast, you have Giants, Rangers, Mets. We don't have Mets podcast and Mets socials, excuse me. Yankees, Giants, and Rangers. Those are our 3 podcasts right now. Our social media pages expand to Knicks and Mets as well. So make sure you check that all out. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Check out FSY. We'll see you guys in the next one. Love you all. Let's go Yankees. And let's hope we score 20 runs again. That'd be cool. Peace.